girl pop before you. It's crazy because sometimes I am that, or
yeah, he is a girly.
Because I'm wearing a beanie right now, and I look so manly.
I was also talking about. No, you look cute. I was also talking about how someone asked me if I think people are the same as they like on their social media as they are in person, and I was like, yeah, I mean it depends on the person. I was like, there's a lot of people that I know that like they do like thirst traps and stuff, and then they're just like a nerd in real life. All of Cole's friends, literally.
Yeah. I'm the same in real life as in social media, I'd say.
Some.
I don't hold back. Like, my story posts are pretty much my...
Yeah, but I don't think they fully understand you, you know?
Well, I feel like part of it, like, you can't, like, fully until you, like, converse with... I think listening to them talk. Like, listening to someone, like, talk, and then you, like, start to understand, like, oh, it's not a bit. Like, they're really like this.
Yeah, guys, Cole literally could talk about one topic for 2 hours
I have too much testosterone right now? What?
Bring out your other side, your bi side.
I'm just me, guys. I'm just being me. I'm in jorts right now. I'm in like a total like dude fit. Hold on, which doesn't help. Also, no room tour because my room hasn't been cleaned in like months.
Cute.
Yeah, I'm in like a total boy fit right now. So
how did you guys meet? Okay, I'm gonna tell the story because Cole scares me when he tells the story.
You tell it wrong sometimes, but definitely you tell it.
Do you want to tell? Do you want to say?
Are you guys in love with each other? No, it's just a bit. We've just been doing this for almost a year and a half for fun because we're just so quirky. Yes.
Yes.
It's giving man, sadly. You tell the story. You got it. I trust you.
But I do tell it wrong sometimes. Well, then just butt in.
Yeah, you just messed up the timeline about
I know about the inside and the outside. I know I do. So, guys, basically, was it Halloween or was it a day before? Or was it a day after?
It was like 3 days before.
So, I was on my single girl shit during Halloween and...
turning up, doing single girl stuff, throwing it back at the club.
You know.
I was on the same wavelength. We were throwing it back, and then we ended up throwing back into each other, and we were like, oh my god.
See, you're missing a lot of things.
That didn't happen regardless.
We were throwing it back on each other is what was happening. No, so I went to this party and Vinny Hacker comes up to me. Vinny Hacker comes up to me and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. He's like, you and Jules should come to my house. I'm having a little after party. We were like, okay. I would literally never go to Vinny's house ever. I don't think I've ever been there. And so we get there, and then...
Let me interject. Who wouldn't go to Vinny Hacker's house?
It's just not like me to go
what kind of woman? Anyone. If I was a woman and Vinny Hacker's like, come back to my place, I would be like, yeah, do you want me to show up with my clothes on or off?
That. It wasn't, I've literally known...
Clothes on or clothes off? You tell me, and I'll be there.
Shut the fuck up. No, Vinny is a friend, and always has been.
Beautiful one, but again, that's just me.
But anyways, Leslie is dying over that, because she loves him. But so then we go back. Me and Jules, yeah, literally. Me and Jules go to his house, and we're literally like, what are we doing? But then we walk in. I don't know anyone there except Taryn. I do know Taryn, which was like really nice. I knew one person there. And so then Jules and I go outside, and we're literally wearing basically nothing because it's Halloween. And I was a Dalmatian that night. And we're literally like snuggling. Me and Jules are like snuggling. We're so cold. And I'm like, oh, I'm so cold.
And I was in a suit, because this should be known. I was in a suit, and I had a jacket. Well, I had a jacket. I wasn't wearing the jacket, and I had a dress shirt.
Yes. And so then he comes up to me and says, I would give you my jacket already, but I already gave it to another girl. And I was like, what?
Which is funnier if you know the context.
But then I didn't know the context, so I was like, me and Jules were like, that's a crazy thing to say. Like, we both were like, what? And then he was like, no. I gave it to my girl, my roommate. She's a girl. She's dating the boy that we live with. I live with a couple. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay.
It was supposed to be like a funny, like, oh, like, because like, of course, like a dude would probably be like, yeah, I would give you my jacket, but I gave it to a girl already. So like, I jokingly like said that.
But I didn't take it. I literally was like,
she was
this man is such a douche.
And I was like, no, like, this is true. It was true, but I was trying to, like, I was making fun of somebody who would actually say that. I actually gave it to my roommate, who is in a relationship.
Yes.
And it's like a whole thing.
And then I was like, oh, okay, that's nice.
No, literally.
And then I said, this, I don't know if I can even say.
What's this phrase? I don't know.
No, actually, though, and then I said, well, you don't, I mean, you don't seem, I said something about his I said something about his tits being out. I was like, I mean, your tits are out, because he literally,
because my shirt was unbuttoned.
But every time, this is just a thing. He wears a dress shirt and he just unbuttons his shirt and just out.
Okay, it was because I was like, I don't know how you're cold. Like, my shirt's unbuttoned right now, and she was like, yeah, like your boobs are literally out. So, who tells this part?
I don't know who tells this part. Actually, it's fine. It's funny, but he basically was just like, I wish you could have yours out too, like women empowerment, basically.
Yeah, it was like more of an equality way, but not in like a oh, whip them out way, but like, I think it's unfair that I can have mine out.
That's what he said. I think it's unfair that I could have mine out and you can't have yours out. Like,
now, there might have been a little bit of an undertone deep in my mind that was like, please. But, like, you know, it was for the right reasons. Like, 80% for the right reasons.
And then his roommate Evan walks by and is like, you can't say that to women.
People like that. And I'm like, no, it was taken out of context. Because all he heard was, I wish you could have yours out right now. And he was like, why are you saying that to this poor woman? You can't say that.
So I'm literally just like, what? And so me and Jules, like, walk away. Me and Jules are just running around. And then Cole is, like, sitting in the house on the floor, literally like this.
With frosted flakes.
Yeah. He like looks up for a second, and there's like how many people here do you think?
I don't know. I think it was kind of scattered.
It was probably like 10 to 15.
Yeah.
And to me,
Cole pretend he's 25. I am.
He is 25.
Wait, does that mean they think I'm younger than 25? Because that would be awesome. Because I do not want to be 25. I feel like I'm like.
This is extremely 30. Poetic. It really is. Me and Jules were sitting there, and then I was like, who is that guy? I was like, Jules, who is that guy? Totally didn't put two and two together that it was Cole outside and then him inside, because it was dark, so I didn't really know. And a lot of people were in suits that night, because I think it was everyone's like last minute costume, you know? And so then I was like, Jules, I have to talk to this guy. And so then Jules goes up to him and says,
call me sorry. 20 and 20.
20 and 25. Guys, let's actually not be crazy. Let's actually not be crazy.
No, that's also,
People get so weird about age gaps when it's like, I'm not 12.
One, I'm not Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm not 40, and you're not 20. I'm 25, which is pretty.
I'm turning 21, and he just turned 25. But anyways,
now if I was then it would be weird. I'd say 30. I'd
If
say
I
27.
if I was like 17, I think it'd be a little weird.
Obviously, that would be weird for any age. I'd say like in the 20s. I think the furthest away from 20 where it's like someone's 20, the other person, I'd say like 27, 28. Now it's like, okay, we're getting into like weird territory. But then you take that and you go like 30 and 37, it's fine. And then you go like 40 and 47, you're like, it's fine. My stepmom's 10 years older than my dad.
Yeah, so is my mom and Greg. But anyways, what did Jules say to you?
She asked me my sexuality, in which I said, "Who's asking?"
That
And
what
then
you
she was
said?
probably. And then she was like, "Kenzie's asking," and I'm like, "Well, whatever she wants me to be, I am that." Because I think that she is beautiful. That's essentially what I said. That's like a short term. But the good news is then you were like, "Oh, he might be into me," which I was.
Someone said, "Who's asking?" LMFAO. He didn't actually say that. He said Jules asked him a question and then he was like, yes. Like he just was like, yes. And then she said, well, Kenzie's into you. And then he was like, oh, okay, great. That's like, what happened. You didn't say who's asking.
After I essentially harassed her outside, I figured she'd be into me. That was a total surprise. When she was like, okay, well, Kenzie likes you, I was like, are you for real?
Well, but babe, I
was like, something's definitely wrong
that
with
was
her.
the same. I didn't think that was the same person. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, which kind of hurts, because then I'm like, because in my brain, before I knew that, I was like, wow, she really like saw me at my just full self and was like, you know what, I'm into that. And then it turns out that in her brain, I was two different people.
No, but I realized while we were talking, and I was like, oh, this was the guy, and I'm still here. It works. And so then we just like literally talked all night. I honestly don't even remember what we talked about because there was so much. We talked for a really long time. And then he kissed me, and I had
kissed me.
No.
We kissed each other.
You want me to tell you how it went?
What did I say? Are we about to kiss right now?
No, I had a Dalmatian nose on my nose. Remember?
It was all over my face.
I drew like a little nose and like some whiskers, and it started like migrating because I was just, I had it on for so long. And then I looked at myself in my phone. Do you remember this? I looked at myself in my phone and I was like, oh my God, hi, Taryn. And I was like, I have, oh my God, I have makeup all over myself. And you were like, can I have some of it?
It's pretty smooth. Sometimes
you were like, give me some of that.
Sometimes I hear the things I said and I'm like, man, I am so awesome. Like that. I don't think I could do that now. I think if I was put in that situation, I would have folded. You're like, oh, I have all this makeup on my nose. I'd have been like, yeah, you should probably wash it off or something. I don't know if it's annoying you and getting all over the place.
Everyone's saying W Riz. Yeah, so we kissed, and then
we kissed that night one. Literally didn't even know each other for a few hours before she was macking all over me.
Okay. Let's not even, because you were macking all over me.
It was mutual. It was mutual.
It was mutual. Yeah, that's basically it. And then he had makeup all over his face.
How do you come up with this, guys? This is literally how my brain operates. So, like most people, I don't know. From what I think is when most people are in social situations, they hear something and then they think what to reply back. I hear something and I have to think, if I say this, will it get me in trouble? And then, because
I was like, no.
It's like weirdly, I don't know how to explain. It's weirdly instant. Like it just happens. Like I hear something and I just I start to reply without even like it's an automatic response. I don't know how or when this started happening, it probably was in the past 4 or 5 years. I wasn't always like this. I used to be very quiet. I never said anything.
That's
and
hard to believe.
I know, right? And then something clicked in my brain, and now it's like I hear something, I chime in, even if it has nothing to do with me. I hear another conversation.
Sorry. Go ahead.
That's it.
Oh. Someone commented and said Cole had Riz, but Kenzie did nothing, and he wanted her. Her Riz was her face card.
Yeah, my Riz was my face card plus my awesome personality.
But then, did you ask me for my number?
No, so you asked me what my number was, like, on how, like, drunk
I was. I remember. That was really cute.
You were like, what's your number? And then
what was the number referring to, though?
How turned up I was.
Oh. How drunk you were.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, what's your phone? I'll give it to you. But this was funny because that was like, you'd be like, everyone's probably thinking like, oh, that's such Riz. No, no one ever in my entire life of drinking has been like, what number are you at?
Well,
like,
no, I don't do that. It was just because Jules and I kept saying it to everyone where we were just like, so what's your number? Because I think someone said that to us. And I was like, what?
I never heard that before.
I never did, but someone in the house said that to me. So then I started going around being like, Taryn, what's your number?
Yeah.
Or like, you.
Yeah. So this is like, no, guys, this is how crazy my Riz is. I misunderstood what she said, and it was still smooth as fuck.
It was.
Like,
she was like, yeah, give me your.
Crazy.
And I was like,
20,
I was
asking. Not far from 19. Most people look the same. Not true. I know so many 25-year-olds who look so old. Not me, though.
You're not helping your case.
I know. Does no one really believe? I have my passport right here. Is there anything I should not show people?
I wouldn't show your baby. I wouldn't show your passport. Okay. I love you, but I wouldn't.
Okay.
But yeah, guys. So
wait.
Then he got my number, and then
March 29th, 2000. That's me.
It is you. And then he took me on a date, and we went to a lookout, and then he just wouldn't let me go home.
Okay, that sounds like I was like kidnapping you. You were not kidnapped.
No, you were just like, oh, I just am so obsessed with you. I can't take you home.
Well, no, it was more of like Evan and Callie were mad at me. I didn't want to go home and get yelled at, so I was like, I need to stay out for as long as possible.
Right.
So, until they go to sleep, and then I can come back to the
apartment. Right. Really?
No. That military cut, that's so fucked up. Wait, should I show the military ID picture?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Someone said kidnapped by love. No, he didn't actually trap me. He just we were just having so much fun, and he just kept saying, oh, you're the best kisser in the world. I can never. Yeah, that's scary. That's a scary photo.
Cool. How was being so girly pop while you're in the army? Hard. Everyone wanted me. Imagine that.
You probably wanted everyone.
No. I wanted you. I was sitting there watching Dance Moms being like, okay, when I move out to LA and I finally talk to her, how am I going to go? People
are going to think you're serious. You can't say this shit on the internet. He always makes this joke where he's like, yeah, I have been stalking you, and that's why we're together.
Okay, I don't say that. I'm just like, I used to watch the show all the time, so I already know. He
actually has never seen the show.
I hadn't seen it until
we watched it together.
Yeah, which was awesome because.
Bye, for real though. I'm so lost.
No, I've seen the show now that we are dating, and I feel bad. Because I love Kenzie so much, but the so good, and I'm like, oh, that can't. I feel bad
We've
being like, wow.
watched it. We've
Like,
watched it together, and it
I'm
is
essentially
good.
like watching Trauma, and I'm like, oh. People really actually think I had watched the show. Apparently, when I was
No,
11.
he didn't know who I was, but he did stalk my Instagram.
Oh,
before.
I did. Okay, yeah, no, that was crazy. I forgot about that. Hold on. Let me charge her. I unknowingly stalked her on Instagram. Like, I didn't know who she was. I just saw, like, this was like, I don't know, probably 4 months before I met her. I didn't remember this till like fairly recent. But I had stalked her on Instagram, and I was like, because I saw her like in a tagged picture, and I was like, that woman's attractive. I'm gonna go to her Instagram, and I'm gonna follow her, and I'm gonna slide into her DMs. And then I was on her Instagram, and I was like, oh, she's got a boyfriend. Never mind. And then like completely forgot that she existed. So when I first met her, I didn't recognize her, and then it like kind of clicked like months later, like months upon months. Did I not bring a phone charger? Dummy.
It's not here.
It should be there. Maybe I like set it somewhere. Does this charge my phone? It would if it was plugged into something. Evan, I need a block, please. Evan, my
Cole doesn't have media training. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't have media training, and I try.
Evan, do you have a not Type C block?
Well,
Not
Cole,
Type
it's
C.
been real.
Oh well, my phone's gonna die.
So I'm guessing you're not coming over.
Let me eat my butter chicken real quick, and then check the time and do the math and figure out how much sleep I can possibly get.
So that's a no.
I'm not sure yet. This is so sad. I don't want to end it in this way. My phone's gonna die too. I'm just gonna like disappear. I'm gonna cut off at 1 second, and it's we can't leave on such a low note.
Well, I love you.
Wait, I love you too. And I found my phone charger. I plugged it in the living room.
Oh, good.
We are
He's
so
just
bad.
a really goofy guy and doesn't know what media training is. True. Babe, you do need media training. Damn, Kenzie's lifeless sad eyes. Guys, I'm just so tired.
I'm not
Everyone's like,
seeing these. It's not like updating for me.
I'm not sad. I literally just, my social battery is just out.
You gotta read the things for me because I can't read them. Yeah, Kenzie's a sleepy little guy right now.
No, I've just been like off today.
And we had a big day too of festivities.
Mm-hmm.
What are people saying? I can't read.
Good luck to your phone. It's gonna overheat.
And mine does that a lot, actually.
I just want to say the fact that he's an Aries makes so much sense.
What do you mean by that?
It's good. Aries men are good. Excuse me. Well, baby, I love you.
I've heard quite the and glitched. I love you too. There's such a weird vibe in here now. I like got a phone charger. Vibes are so off.
No, it's just because we want to get back to girly pop.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna let that. Should I stay in and linger, or should I just like fully leave?
It's up to you.
I don't know.
You can join the girly pop sesh, but
here's what's gonna happen: is I'm gonna hear something that is gonna hurt my feelings, and not like something directed at me. I'm gonna hear something about men that I probably do, and I'm gonna be like,
probably. I'm joking. I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye. Gosh. Anyways, we're back. Cole, we would never hurt your feelings. I'm done. Well, that was something with the story time. You know. Now that he's gone, let's get back to our talk. What was our talk? What were we talking about? What were we talking about? I don't remember. We were talking about a bunch of stuff. We were like really getting deep. You were trying to make me name drop, you know. How do I get a boyfriend for real? I just be with someone that you actually like. Oh, we were talking about friends and socializing in LA. We should talk about how negative TikTok is. See, this is a controversial topic for me. He's obsessed with you. It's adorable. That's very sweet. I'm obsessed with him. For me, I think it's toxic, but it's also not. And I'm going to explain why. I think that it is very toxic in lots of ways. I think, obviously, oh, hello? Oh my god, I have makeup on. I've been rubbing my eyes. Obviously, I think that, wait, what was I talking about? Oh, TikTok. I think that TikTok is, a really good place because I think it's like the first place where people have been super honest and like real and can be themselves. Because I think Instagram is such a highlight reel and it's just makes you feel like shit, to be honest. But I also think toxic. I also think TikTok is toxic because I mean I think any social media is toxic. I think it's like anything that you're putting yourself out there is just scary. It's just so scary. But I think Instagram is scarier for me because I feel like I can post a TikTok and someone will be like, oh my god, me too. But on Instagram, it's like, no, you're weird. And like you have to be your coolest self on Instagram. That's what I think. Instagram Reels is top tier though. Yeah, honestly it is. Not cool still. He wants to be a part of the girl talk. It's helped me learn so much about myself, but at the same time, it's helped me gain OCD during the pandemic. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think our like brains are like so ruined from TikTok. It's just like brain rot. Like we just have no attention span anymore. We just sit there and scroll. Like I scroll for hours and hours and hours. Cole watching, he's obsessed. Period. I'm joking. But like I feel like I've learned more on TikTok than I've learned in school. So, you know, I don't know. But I think like when TikTok went away, I think that was really bad for us because obviously there's like a lot of shit going on in the world that we don't really know about unless we're on TikTok. I am obsessed with you. You are correct. So come over. Kenzie, would you go to college? I really wanted to go to college for a while. And then I was just like, there's other things that I want to do, and it doesn't really require college. But the good thing is I can always go back to college. You know? Like, it's not like a now thing. And it just depends, like, it just depends what my life turns out to be like, you know? Like, I think, obviously music is my main plan, but if it doesn't work out for me, like, I have so many other things that I want to do. So, I'm not stressed about it. Like, I'm just I'm just happy to be living. How are the cats? They're good. They're sleeping over here. They're so cute. Acting, maybe? Yeah, I do love acting. I think it's not my main focus. Why is your left eye smaller? What? I don't know. That was so that was so funny. I don't even remember what I was saying. Yeah, and I clocked you, I know. There's always like one person in my comments that's like saying some weird shit. I'm just like, what? Are you done with tattoos or are you getting more? I told myself I'd stop and then I got more. Not gonna lie, she kind of ate. Cool. Whatever. Yeah, I can't really stop getting tattoos, but I actually looked at myself today and I was like, I do wish I'd slowed down. Even though I still have like, they're all small, so they're not, like, I'm not really yatted, but, you know. I think the person that said my left eye is smaller commented, still beautiful, queen. That's so funny. Your tats are so good. Stop it. Thank you. I just wish I would have placed them better. Like, I wish I would have, because I have so many, like, really small ones, like, on my arm and stuff. And I hate how they're placed. I, like, cover-ups are a thing, but I get scared of cover-ups. Him hyping you up in the comments. He's always hyping me up. Is your nose piercing getting a comeback? I don't think so. I don't think so. Junie. Right eye. You've actually told me that before. What are your thoughts on Cole Sage? I think he's great. I think he's funny. I think he's smart. I think he's cute. But I'm mad that he's not here, so. Do you ever have thoughts like, wow, I can't believe this is my life? Yeah, all the time. I think I'm just in a dream. I feel so lucky. And I think it's literally like 1 in a million that this could happen to, and this happened to me. And it's really, really cool. And I think I'm extremely lucky that I'm, living in LA and I have my own house and like I get to do all these cool things. But I think it's just getting recognition means a lot. So like I think that was really hard for me growing up, just like not fully being the best at everything or always be like I would always get like torn down by dance teachers and stuff. And so I think finally being my own like person and having a platform and being able to talk to you guys and get to do all these like random endeavors. I think I feel very grateful that there's a lot of people that are so nice to me. And of course, like, I've been through my shit when I was a kid, and like, I haven't been the best role model when I was a kid, but I was a kid. And people learn and people grow, and I just feel like I'm so happy that I got to like grow up with all of you, even though I had my face. But yeah. I love you guys very, very much. Very, very much. What do you mean not the best role model? I mean, I was getting like exposed for like swearing and vaping and things when I was a kid. And like doing things that I was not actually doing. Like people would be like she's this and she's done this and she hates these kind of people and I'm like, no. Like, no, that's not true. And I think I still get comments like, oh, she did this. And I'm like, no, I didn't do that. But I just let it go because I know who I am as a person. But we did the same shit you were just on as well. Like, yeah. No, and that's what I literally tried to tell everyone. I was like, I wasn't doing half of the shit my friends were doing. And of course, mine got leaked. But, oh my god, I hear an owl. That's crazy. The iCloud hacks were insane. Guys, I was hacked all the time. How was shit leaked? Well, I was getting blackmailed for a lot of my life. And I could make a documentary about it because it's pretty gnarly, but I was getting blackmailed a lot. And so they would like make me do things and they were like faking me to people and they like would get into my Snapchat and stuff and like save things and they were in my Instagram for a while acting as me and there's just a lot of things. But they'd be like, if you don't do this, I'm gonna leak this and I'd be like, well, I can't do that and then they leak it. So yeah. It was a pretty terrible time. My lore is crazy. Did they get held accountable? Yes. But that's a story for the documentary. That's a whole story for another time. Write a book, maybe. Do you still get insomnia? Honestly, I sleep pretty good. Like, I can now go to sleep pretty well. Sorry, I just like changed the subject so fast, but everyone's still on the other topic. Cole, are you like craving for me to cut my hair now? With the bob? Guys, I hear an owl and I'm like so shocked. I think you're perfect just how you are. But yeah. Bob, please. But it won't look like this. It'll look really thick. Oh my god, someone else said lazy eye. Guys. Do I have a lazy eye? can't tell. It would think the owl be one with owl. Period. Ooh, ooh. I need to get off live. I've been on live for too long.
Yes, you have.
I'm so tired. Well, I'm gonna go. But I love you guys so much. And I need to come on live more. But I like seriously falling asleep. But I love you guys. Ugh. Okay.